Dude. With moves like that? Khabib better be scared, dude. He might steal his wife. What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Casual MMA podcast. My name is Donovan Garcia, and this episode is brought to you by Bang Energy. This shit will get you fucking cooking, okay? I had to make this video because we got some news. Khabib sent out a tweet today. Let's take a look at that tweet. That's not the tweet. This is the tweet. It says, staying home in quarantine and reading the reaction of people to the situation around my fight. It turns out that the whole world should be in quarantine. Governments of all countries, famous people around the world, ... And it continues on to his Instagram post. Let's read the whole thing. Famous people around the world urge people to follow all safety requirements in order to limit the spread of disease to save people. And Khabib is the only one, I believe this is his management that posted this. Is that Ali? I think it's Ali. The only one relieved of all obligations and must demonstrate free will and train flying around the world for the sake of a fight. I understand everything, and I'm definitely upset more than you to cancel the fight. Probably like all others, I had many plans after the fight, but I can't control it all. The greatest countries and the largest companies of our time are shocked by what is happening. Every day, the situation changes unpredictably, but Khabib still has to fight. Is that what you said? Is that what Ali can't fucking spell? Is that what you saying? Khabib might as well have typed this. Take care of yourself and put yourself in my shoes. And then he had it all in Russian here. Okay, guys, that is pretty crazy. So Khabib is, I mean, that's, if that's not saying that, I mean, if that's not, because that is Ali typing that. Ali Abdelaziz is typing for him, obviously, but if he's sending that message, that probably means that he's out. I mean, that's pretty for sure he's out. So then Tony responded on Twitter, and Tony, in being Tony, you know, said defender vacate. You know, you can run, but you can't hide. Basically said, give me one location and I still want to come whoop that ass. You know, Tony just being Tony. And so he found out that Khabib had posted that. He went to Twitter and responded on Twitter and said, you know, all of that and defender vacate. So the big question is, should Khabib have to vacate the belt? I don't know. That's really tough because Conor never got stripped, and that's the big example, is that Conor never got stripped. And I mean, but Khabib is causing a huge inconvenience with Ramadan, because in essence, Khabib could just fight. They could just postpone it a little longer and then Khabib could fight. But since Khabib is going to Ramadan, he's not going to be able to fight until September. So if he can't fight till September, then he's, you know, yes, the coronavirus, everybody's being affected negatively because of this. And to strip Khabib because there's a pandemic, I think is a little bit weird. I know Dana wants to keep the ball rolling, but Dana, in an essence, is inconvenient. I mean, he's doing it for the fans. I'm stoked that there's still going to be a fight. I would have loved to watch. I think I would have liked to watch Khabib and Tony in an empty octagon more than an arena full of fans, because an empty octagon with Tony, it's just, I feel like he can banter with Khabib a little more. He can talk shit. You know, it'll be dead silent in there, so you'll be able to hear whatever weird shit Tony's gonna say. You'll be able to hear that in these empty arena fights. I mean, we saw that in Brazil. You could hear a pin drop in those arenas. So I honestly wanted to see that fight. I didn't really care if there was going to be fans or not. I would have bought that pay-per-view in a heartbeat. Everybody would have bought that pay-per-view in a heartbeat. But if you don't strip Khabib and you have Tony and Gaethje fight, what are they fighting for? Another #1 contender spot? You can't have another interim belt. You can't have Tony win another fucking interim belt. I mean, that would be, Tony is the type of guy to have the interim title and fight for the defend. Tony's the type of guy to defend the interim title, which is hilarious, because if Khabib goes to Ramadan, it's going to be a while, and he doesn't fight a lot as it is. So it's going to be a while before Khabib fights. And what are you doing in that meantime? If Dana wants to keep the ball rolling, if Dana wants to keep them fighting, what's the point? So, I mean, I guess from a business standpoint and based on current times, if Dana wants to keep the ball rolling, and Dana is the boss, if Dana wants to keep the ball rolling, it's better for business if they strip Khabib, because if they strip Khabib, then you have Gaethje and Tony fight for the title. And then, which is an amazing fight. Everybody's going to tune in to Tony versus Gaethje. We're all hungry for entertainment. We all are hungry for a fight. So we're all going to tune into that. It's not like we're bummed that Gaethje and Tony are fighting. I think the bummer is that we're not going to get to see Tony and Khabib. It's going to be canceled for the 5th time. Now we don't know if Khabib might retire. He might get over it. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We don't know if Tony and Khabib will ever fight now. If this doesn't happen now, we'll never know, because who knows what's going to happen. So that's the bummer, is that we won't see that fight. We're still excited we're going to see Khabib and Tony. I mean, we're going to see Tony and Gaethje. We're still excited. We're still super stoked on that fight. Because then you have them fight for the title, and then you have Conor fight the winner of that. And let's just, for whatever reason, Gaethje or Tony wins. You know Conor's going to be waiting right there to fight. You know, who knows how the fight goes, but if they fight in April, then they can fight on the July card. Or is that already booked? But anyhow, they can fight soon after that. And Conor will get the winner of that fight. And then if Conor wins, then, you know, after Ramadan, we get Khabib Conor. I know it's not Khabib Tony, and I know it might not be the last time that we have them match up, because at this point, I know probably even Dana White just wants to get this fight done. Even if it doesn't happen this time, he's a competitive business guy, and he knows that the fans want that fight, so he'll do whatever he can to make that fight happen. So, you know, this is going to be a good fight between Tony and Gaethje, and I think it's going to be something that the fans will tune into, and I think it's something that the fans are happy about. But is it right to strip Khabib? I think so. I think so. I think if you strip Khabib in the long run, you have so much more to work with than if you put things on hold and you just have Tony and Gaethje fight for nothing. If you have Tony and Gaethje fight for nothing, I don't think you're doing a service to the division or the fans. You know, if Khabib is really that good, which he is, and you strip him and you say, look, the show must go on. We have to fight for something. These guys have beaten the best of the best. They've deserved the spot they're in. Tony deserves to be in the spot he's in. You have them fight for the title. Khabib, upset that he got stripped, more motivated than ever, comes back from Ramadan, shits on whoever he has to fight because he's that good. You know that everybody knows what he's capable of. He's done it to all of the people that are fighting except Tony. So let's just say Tony wins the title, then he fights Conor, then in a couple months, and then he beats Conor, and then you have Khabib coming for his belt from Tony. I mean, then that's even more of an intense and exciting experience if it comes to that. But I just think if you don't strip Khabib, then you're gonna have, I think, issues for the next however long this coronavirus lasts. And then when Khabib goes to Ramadan, I mean, if he just keeps the belt and show goes on and we just have fights and they mean nothing as far as I mean, belts don't mean anything these days anyways, you know. This is the real age of the super fights, and the matchmaking, just fun fights. I mean, that's how it's been for the last couple years, is just people really wanting to see a fight, and it happens. Nate and Jorge, Yoel and Israel. So, you know, this is going to be a very interesting couple weeks. We'll see if it actually doesn't happen. I mean, they haven't picked a venue for the alternative fight. They haven't picked a venue in general. So nothing is really set in stone yet, and anything could happen. So we're going to just sit and wait. Yo guys, thanks for watching another podcast. I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you enjoyed my casual opinion. Yeah, if you guys want to like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.